Do you condemn white supremacy and white nationalism?
I'm not going to recite some catechism for you. I'm against vicious racial discrimination in this country. So I'm not pledging allegiance to your new religion of modern wokeism, which absolutely fits the test. I'm not going to bend the knee to your religion.
Welcome to American Perfectionist, where we dissect the intricate tapestry of political landscapes with a magnifying glass of scrutiny. Subscribe, hit that like button, and let's embark on this intellectual exploration together. Let's dive into the heart of the matter of today's video. Vivek Ramaswamy destroys woke reporter confronting him over white supremacy. Alright, folks and fabulous beings, let's talk about our main man, the maestro of mavericks, Vivek Ramaswamy. Now, why on earth are y'all playing hopscotch with his reputation at 1:23 in the morning? I mean, seriously, does anyone have a clue? Vivek Ramaswamy is like a superhero with a suit tailored for tackling business. And we've all witnessed him pulling off some serious cape-worthy stunts. I might not understand the roadmap to him becoming the president, but dang it, he's achieving a whole lot by just flinging challenges at the media, fellow Republicans, and the narratives floating around the country. Vivek Ramaswamy is like the ninja of news, slicing through the media maze like a hot knife through butter. Ain't nobody smashing the media game better than this guy right now. I'm telling you, he's on them like Donkey Kong, and I don't mean playing video games. He's on them like stank on a skunk for my southern buddies. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I could yap about this forever, but let's hit the play button on this juicy clip where Vivek Ramaswamy drops some truth bombs. Brace yourselves for an epic response to a lady trying to stir the race pot. I mean, they threw a question at him like, "Are you a racist? Do you support black people?" That's like asking me if I believe the earth is flat. Come on now. It's almost as ridiculous as asking if I think God exists. Seriously, if you've been tuning into my content, you'd know the answers to those questions already. Let's roll that clip and enjoy the show.
Do you condemn white supremacy and white nationalism?
I mean, who are you with? It's a Washington Post. All right, so potato, okay. Of course, I condemn any form of vicious racial discrimination in this country. But I think that the presumption of your question is fundamentally based on a falsehood that really is the main form of racial discrimination we see in this country today. Institutionalized racism is institutionalized racial discrimination that we see that doesn't come from somehow discriminating against people on the basis of some tenet of white supremacy. It's based on affirmative action. It's based on actually discriminating against people on the color of their skin in a way that's actually institutionalized today. Was there a point in our history, at points in our prior national history, where there have been vicious forms of anti-black or anti-brown discrimination throughout this country after the Civil War and otherwise? Yes. But you're looking in the rearview mirror and using that to pose a question today that is so far removed from what the reality is in America today. This myth of white supremacy, the closest you can find is Jussie Smollett, where you all were actually, speaking of trust in the media, jumping up and down over some false narrative.
Oh, he's over there giving them a verbal barbecue. And let me tell you, there's a whole saga behind it. But I just want to zoom in on this moment real quick. I reckon the question probably wasn't your run-of-the-mill, "Hey, do you support unicorns?" No, it was most likely a deep-dive policy question about affirmative action. You know, the kind that's as complicated as trying to assemble IKEA furniture without the instructions. So, here's the deal. The question wasn't just some random, "Are you team supremacy or nah?" It had to be tied to a policy discussion far, far away from the realm of racism. And you know what? He broke it down like a Lego set manual. Picture this, a complex issue explained in a way that even your grandma would nod along in agreement. Now, I'm just saying, let the man finish. Don't interrupt the maestro mid-symphony. The explanation is on its way, and I promise you, it's like the grand finale of a fireworks show. It's going to be worth the wait.
The best way you're able to find your best instance of white supremacy was a guy who was actually paying his other fellow people to be actually staging something that didn't happen. And so stop picking on this farce of some figment that exists at some infinitesimally small fringe of the American public today to open our eyes to the actual real threats that we face. And I think that it's frankly questions and framings like that that has caused the American public to lose all trust in the mainstream media, I'm sorry to say, for good reason.
You can say that you condemn white supremacy.
I'm not going to recite some catechism for you. I'm against vicious racial discrimination in this country. So I'm not pledging allegiance to your new religion of modern wokeism, which absolutely fits the test. I'm not going to bend the knee to your religion. I'm sorry. I'm not asking you to bend the knee to mine, and I'm not going to bend the knee to yours. But do I condemn vicious racial discrimination? Yes, I do. Am I going to play your silly game of gotcha? No, I'm not. And frankly, this is why people have lost trust. And I know you're going to go print the headline tomorrow. I already know this. We already know how your game works. Vivek Ramaswamy refuses to condemn white supremacy because you asked a stupid question. The reality is, I condemn vicious racial discrimination in this country, but the kind of vicious and systematic racial discrimination we see today is discrimination on the basis of race in a very different direction. You want to know what the best way is to end discrimination on the basis of race? Stop discriminating on the basis of race. Do that, and we're going to move this country forward. And I don't care whether you're black or white or brown or anything in between. That's how we're going to unite this country. You people have been responsible for dividing this country to a breaking point, creating a projection of national division. I meet people from the south side of Chicago to meetings like this one of every shade of melanin, multiple, from man to woman, doesn't make a difference, who are hungry for reviving unity in this country. And you, with your catechism that you try to get to politicians to whatever fake headline you're going to print on the basis of this conversation tomorrow, that's what's dividing this country to a breaking point. Shame on you. Look people in the eye and tell them what you've actually failed to tell them for the last 5 years. Own the accountability for your own failures as the media. That's how we rebuild trust in this country. And until then, I don't have a lot of patience to play the games.
Oh, this dude, he was supposed to turn that stadium into a full-blown circus. I was expecting cheers, applause, maybe even a couple of acrobats swinging from the rafters, okay? Maybe not that last part, but you get the idea. He needed to drop some truth bombs so massive that the entire crowd couldn't help but erupt in joyful chaos. And not just a little uproar, I'm talking about a pandemonium party. And get this, the guy's not even rocking the "I'm white, hear me roar" badge. Nope, he's breaking stereotypes like a ninja. It blows my mind that some folks find it bonkers if you don't subscribe to the idea that the entire country is one big racist carnival. I mean, seriously, if you're not on the racism is everywhere train, they look at you like you just suggested replacing the national anthem with a kazoo solo. It's wacky. But let's talk about the absurdity of people thinking if you're not on Team America is racist, you must be the captain of Team Let's All Hug Racism. That's like saying if you don't believe in UFOs, you're probably working undercover for the Intergalactic Federation. Utterly bananas. If you ask me, anyone waving the racist flag is just an ignorant clown in the grand circus of life. And can we talk about this misconception that being black means you're automatically signed up for the Monolithic Views Club? I know black folks who can spit out Shakespearean sonnets and others who speak languages I didn't even know existed. It's like assuming every cat has the same personality. Ridiculous. Black people are not a monolith. We're more like a diverse buffet of awesomeness. I've seen genius-level intellect in the hood, and I've seen people who sound like they swallowed a thesaurus but couldn't find their way out of a paper bag. It's a mixed bag, my friend, and it's about time we stop trying to shove everyone into neat little racial or linguistic boxes. So here's the real deal. Who cares about the color of your skin, the way you talk, or what language you speak? I've got a handful of close friends who are as diverse as a bag of Skittles, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But some folks out there still want to play the racist card and group everyone based on the color of their skin like they're sorting M&Ms. And as a cherry on top, Vivek Ramaswamy is still out there whooping them like he's on a candy-stealing spree. Somebody stop this man before he makes off with all the Snickers too. Remember, the conversation doesn't end here, perfectionists. It continues with each like, comment, and share. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's keep the dialogue alive. Until next time, this is American Perfectionist signing off, because the world is a stage, and we're all players in the grand political drama. Remember, the quest for a more perfect union never ends. Keep striving, keep questioning, and let's continue this journey towards a better America together. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and always aim for perfection.